OK，所以we'll start on with today's class. Hello, everyone. You can call me Teacher Jonathan. Okay, so for today, we will look at our new chapter, which is about chapter 13, the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so this slide and also all the teaching and learning is prepared by me and also my partner, which is Mei Hui. Okay, so let's start on with what the Pythagoras theorem is talking, since you guys haven't learned anything before about it. So for the learning target from today, we must know how to show the proof of the Pythagoras theorem, in which we will do in our activity. And you can actually look the outline of the activity in your worksheet as well. Okay, so the next one is the provision is using the Pythagoras theorem to solve mathematical problems. So you can see this is the learning area. We are doing measurements and geometry. Since you are learning, the Pythagoras theorem is referring to the triangle. Okay, and the condensed standard that we are learning for today is 13.1, the Pythagoras theorem. So 13.1, they will cover two parts in which we will know later. Okay, so before we start the class, do you still remember what is a right angle triangle? Okay, you can take around 10 seconds to think about it. Okay, so for a right angle triangle, it is actually the first main point is it is a triangle. The next one, it is they have a right angle. So the definition of a right angle triangle is a type of triangle. Okay, since it's called a triangle, and right angle means the angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so you can see a type of triangle that has one of its angles equal to 90 degrees. Okay, so the main point, you see the first one, triangle. I have bold for you already. The next one angle 90 degrees. Okay, two main points. You must make sure you know how to find the triangle and also the 90 degrees. Only then you can do the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so the next one, we will start with our main thing today, which is to identify and define the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. Okay, this is our learning outcome for this part. So, a question for you, what is a hypotenuse? Okay, since you haven't learned what is a hypotenuse, we will learn the definition of this hypotenuse first. So, the definition of the hypotenuse, okay, is the longest side of a right angle triangle that is opposite the right angle. Okay, there are two main points here. Two main points here. The first one, it is the longer side. Okay, longer side. So you can actually see from the right angle triangle on the right, you can easily say that this is a right angle triangle. Okay, 90 degrees is at here. And then the longer side, yeah, okay, the longer side is if you use a ruler to measure, you already know that, or you can just by looking at it, it is very obvious to see that the longer side is here. Okay, the longer side is here. This is the first one, longer side. It is the longer side. Okay, the second one, it is opposite the right angle. So just now I say already, right angle is at here. So hypotenuse is opposite the right angle means that right angle, we go across the road. Okay, we go to the opposite. So this line is a hypotenuse. Okay, this one is still easy, right? Okay, if you have any problem, just it's better for you to speak. But if you think that you feel shy, it's okay. You can just type in the chat box for me. Okay, if you have any question. But I will still ask you lah. Ah, okay, I still give you time to think about it. So this one is we called as the hypotenuse. Okay, I will write this hypotenuse as H for now. Hypotenuse. Okay, it is the longer side and also opposite the right angle. Two main things. Okay, so any problem? Okay, Yatong okay ha? No problem ha? Okay, Boya, no problem. Very good. Okay, so let's look at some of the activities here. I mean, exercise. Okay, so for exercise one, you can refer to your worksheet. It is on page one. Okay, it is on page one. So exercise one, label the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle as H. So you can see here for question one, the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle is first one is the longer side. Okay, you can easily see that the longer side is always here. Okay, and then also it is opposite the right angle. Okay, it is opposite a right angle. So the answer is H. Okay, it's better for you to write the H followed by arrow to indicate this line is the hypotenuse. Okay, I give you time to label it. Okay, it is always the opposite the right angle and also the longest side of the triangle. Okay, yes, very good. So number two. Okay, now we have this right angle triangle. So maybe this one A, B, we put this point as C. Can anyone tell me the hypotenuse should be AB, BC, or AC? Anyone? Yes, I see there's answer. Yeah, boy, yeah, it's AB. Yes, thank you. It is AB, right? Okay, why do you say it's AB? It is opposite the right angle and it is the longest. This one is really obvious, right? This one, AB is the longest side. So we can say that the H is the hypotenuse is AB. Okay. So far, anyone has any problem? No problem. Okay, very good. So, yeah, Chen He. Okay, very good. No problem, So next one, we look at number three. So number three, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the length of the triangle. We have length 3, length 4, and also length 5. So according to the definition of hypotenuse, it is the longer side. Okay, the hypotenuse is the longer side of the triangle. The longer side is 5, right? So the answer is 5. Okay, the hypotenuse is the length 5 lah. Yeah, yeah, Tom, very good. Thank you. Okay, so please jot it down. Okay, so yeah, I want to see everyone whether if you are okay already, please give a good to indicate that you are good. You can make it emoji or make it or you just show your thumb like this to me. Okay, to show. Okay, very good, very good. Okay. Emoji good means that you understand, Okay, thank you. So next one, we look at activity one now. Okay, so for this activity one, okay, it is about a story. Okay, this is somehow we are going into the next part already because the first part is only we need to determine what is the hypotenuse. Now, after you have seen some of the example, you have already know the hypotenuse. We are going to look at the Pythagoras theorem already. Okay, so according to legend, more than 2,500 years ago, when Pythagoras was a guest at a friend's house, he discovered that the pattern of isosceles right triangle floor tiles in his friend's house reflected a certain relationship. Okay, so you can see that this one is all the square tiles, and then each of them they have four isosceles right triangle. Isosceles right triangle means that isosceles is they have two sides of the same length. Okay, let's say this length and this length are the same. Right triangle means that it is right angle, like this. Okay, so actually all of it are the same isosceles right triangle. Yeah, of the same length. So in a small square here, you can actually find four isosceles right angle. Right triangle, sorry, right triangle. Okay, so the next thing, you see the ones that is highlighted, so in this one, actually we have two isosceles right triangle. On the right side here, we also have two isosceles right triangle. And the ones at the bottom here, we have four isosceles right triangle. Okay, so I want you now to look at the pattern of the floor tiles. What do you find? Okay, what do you find? So anyone wants to give it a try? I want active participation. Okay, to show that you really understand lah. So what is the relationship in between the ones highlighted in blue and the ones at the bottom? So we have how? Okay, I see there's one answer. Okay, 2 plus 2 equals 4. Okay, so very good. It is very good. 2 plus 2 equals 4 means what? It is actually two of the, oops, let me erase this annotations first. Okay, so two of the isosceles right triangle, okay, which is on the top left here, plus two isosceles right triangle on the top right here is equal to four isosceles right triangle on the bottom here. All of them are the same isosceles right triangle, right? Okay. So far, is there any problem for this activity? Is there any problem? Okay. Okay, both of you very good. Okay, no problem, huh? Then, sorry. Okay. So the next thing, since we already know uh two isosceles right triangle plus two isosceles right triangle is equal to the four isosceles right triangle, we can write actually the, okay, S1, S2, S3 is the square 1, square 2, and square 3. Okay, since their sides are all the same. So they are actually square. And they are also 90 degrees, right? So they are squares. So just now from the previous slide there, we can say that the square 1 plus the square 2 equals to the square 3. Okay, square 1 plus square 2 equals to square 3. Which of them are equal? The uh, the area. Yeah, yeah, very good. Area. Okay, very good, Boya. Okay, the area of square 1 plus area of square 2 equals to the area of square 3. Okay, this is the relationship. So we can actually write it. Okay, if let's say the length of, the length of the first square is A, the length of the second square is B, the length of the third square is C. So just now we already say that the area of square 1, we can say that is A times A. Okay, since the base and the height of a square are of the same. So A times A, we can have the area of square 1 as A square. Okay, since A times A is A square. Okay, and then as well as the length of B, okay, let's move our attention to the second square. The second square there, if the one of the length is B, the height is also B. And what happens to the area? The area of the second rectangle is B square. Okay. And then if the length of the third triangle is C, what is the area of the third triangle? Sorry. If the length of the third square is C, what happens to the area of the third square? Area of the third square? It becomes, yeah, C square. Yeah. Okay, is equal to C square. Okay, the first area of area of square is A square. The second square is B square. The third square is C square. Okay, this one is all in the worksheet. Jot it down there. After the class, I want to see the worksheet is full of the solutions already. Okay, the workings. So their relationship is basically the sum of the first square and the second square, which is A square plus B square equals to the area of the third square, which is c square. So we continue to look. Just now we have already relate the first figure and the second figure. So just now you say area of square 1 plus area of square 2 equals to area of square 3. And then you can actually see that the area of square 1 is a square. The area of S2 is the second square is B square. And the area of the third square is C square. Okay. So far, do you have any problem? Okay, no problem. Okay, very good. So far, so good. So, so, for this one, we just need to put the a square, b square, c square inside the equation here. Okay, this equation here. So we will find out that a square plus b square equals c square. And whenever we know about what is Pythagoras theorem, you must, okay, M-U-S-T, must know this thing, a square plus b square equals c square. Okay, you must know whenever you heard Pythagoras theorem, a square plus b square equals c square. Clear? Okay. So yeah, you have to write this down into your worksheet. Okay, you have to write this down into your worksheet. So I give you some time, around 1 minute. Okay, around 1 minute to jot this down before I move on. Okay, this is for you to think. Okay, so far anyone got any problem? Okay, Jiaming, thank you, no problem. Okay, Atong, very good. Okay, if you have any problem face straight away, type down, send to teacher. Only then teacher can look at your problem. Okay, so next one. Okay, after we have know this, then we need to use this formula. So the next one, oops, you can see here, this is the, what do you say, the conclusion. Okay, the sum of the squares of the two right angle sides in an isosceles right triangle is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. Okay, why do I say hypotenuse? Because this part, okay, you can see in between the three squares inside is a triangle already, and the triangle, right, it is of 90 degrees. So opposite the 90 degree, this is called the hypotenuse. So the square of hypotenuse is basically this part, no? Okay, this is referring to the square of the hypotenuse. In other words, the conclusion is a square plus B square equals C square. Okay, come show me whether you understand this activity or not. You can give reaction. If good, I mean if okay, you put good. If no, you put the emoji with the hand one to raise your hand. Okay, to raise your hand. Okay, I see that we have reaction. Good, good. Okay, who else haven't? Yamin, okay or not? Okay, very good. Okay, so next one. Okay, to illustrate to you, actually the two squares, okay, the sum of the two small squares is actually equal to the sum of the square of the hypotenuse. We can look into the YouTube video here. Okay, but bear in mind, this is the three squares you can see, and then the shape in between the three squares is the triangle, or we can specifically say that it is a right angle triangle. Okay, right angle triangle. So opposite the right angle here is the square of the hypotenuse. Okay, which is the biggest square.